Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing some more Stormworks, Build and Rescue. Thank you so much for your interest in the build. I know it's not quite complete. I did put it on the workshop. This is going to be our first update video, so I wanted to do a couple of things. We want to be able to refuel this thing while we're in the air, which is what we're going to do here, I'm hoping. But before that, I want to remake these missiles. I was going over a few things and I realized that I made a couple of mistakes. So the first mistake is that this antenna doesn't actually have any electricity in it. So it's not broadcasting to the missiles. So that's why the missiles weren't working. And the second thing is the missiles themselves should actually have so there's two ways we can do this. We can either broadcast to the missiles or we can put a radar on the missiles. So in this case, we're actually broadcasting to the missiles. So we should be okay. So then we want to do this. We want to put probably a warhead on there. I'm using the impact sensor. Yeah, of all the ones I've seen, they actually put the radar on the missile. But you know, then I'm kind of thinking like, we need a battery or something on here, right? Can we do that maybe? We'll test this. Is what we'll do. We'll test this. So anyway, so in the aircraft. In the aircraft here, I have the panel, the radar panel, and then what I'll do is I'll put a button on here which will say when there's an active target. So when this picks up an active target, it'll go red. Then you'll be able to fire the missile, and the missile will go to the active target. We'll be broadcasting to the target from the radio wave to the missile, and then the missile will be carrying on. Right, we need to do that. We need power in the missile itself. Yeah, and then it should carry on to the target. Now, the thing that we have to make sure is that we stay within range, right? So we have a 4,000 meter range. We could clock that back. You know, there's our effective range. Let's see, 1,000 meters, 1,100 meters. Right, close range, close range. Well, I suppose they are missiles. So yeah, so we'll do a few different types, and then, like I say, and then what I want to do, I was thinking about this. Maybe we'll probably leave that at. Oh, that's 80 kilometers, but it doesn't need to be that big. There, that's a good default. 3,200 meters is a good effective range. So then this, the medium RX is good to 1 kilometer. So then we might have to upgrade to the large. Which gives us 4 kilometers. So that's what we need. We need the large radio. Frequency. And then it turns on with, I look at all the logic, right? It's so much. It turns on with Missile radar on. Missile. Infrared tracker. Stability. Laser. What's the tracker? Oh, that's the gimbal camera. Alright, so missile radar on. Now we're broadcasting to the missiles the current XY. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just arm the warhead and we can just say, okay, let's give it a flight time of, I don't know, let's say 15 seconds. But it's either that or what was I doing before? I was using the capacitor, right? That was working out really well, actually. That sort of delayed launch, and that was there to there. Yeah, I actually really like that. The impact sensor. Because otherwise you're having to rely on the missile can hit the object, but it might not explode. And this way, as soon as the missile hits the object, it will explode. There, we can do that. And then when it launches, it arms. There we go. So that is a missile. That is an effective missile, essentially. And we can make that bigger and bigger, and we can add more things to it. So now what we need to do is we need to take that signal. Let's see. Where's this composite signal going? This should be data send of the most immediate target. That's what we want. XY of the most immediate target. And then we could either use this. See, it has regular radar data, like the regular radar, which I thought was kind of funny. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe what I'll do is I'll design one radar just for the missiles, and then we'll have one radar which is just a basic radar, which gives us targets, but it doesn't. Anyways, yeah. So, and then we have targets 1 to 8. Right, so this is data that we can output, but yeah, the XY data of the most immediate target. All right, so what we can do with this, we just want to send it into a microcontroller and have it give us an on-off. Can we use this microcontroller here? We can. All right, so this will be composite, and this will be in for missile radar, and then we need a. Oh, actually, I should find out. This is the autopilot. This is the bomb panel. I should find out which panel are we looking at here? This panel here. Which goes into here. Oh, I think this is full. Ooh, it's almost full. All right, because we already have the out to the panel. So let's go in from. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to take one of my smaller ships and I'm going to turn it into a missile ship, into like a destroyer. It's going to be pretty neat. Okay, so that's going to come through, and then we want composite read on off. And then this goes out to. Oh, actually, we don't want the composite read on off. Which panel is which here? In from camera seat. Missile radar is there. This is the missile radar here. All right. So that comes in. So this needs to go out to the missile radar. And this needs to be a composite right on off. And this can be channel 3. Update that. And we go to instrument panel 3. We say indicator. And this can be channel 3. And this will be missile radar lock. So if there's a target and it locks onto it when the radar is active, oh yeah, look, I was already making a freight plane as well. Won't worry about that. It's just a side project. Got to get back to the blue ship and do the oil stuff. All right. So if we turn on the radar, it's sweeping for targets. Guess I could here, let's see. I'll take a flight and we'll find some targets there at the in the military installations. So what I'll do is let's copy this missile. Yeah, now the effective receiving range is 1 kilometer on the missiles. Oh, so I wonder. All right, well, we won't worry about that right now. We'll just copy that. I wonder how that works. Paste, merge. And I'll probably just keep the one missile connected for now. And these ones can just be for show. Like if this can broadcast over 4 kilometers, but these are only good to 1 kilometer for receiving. I should be able to receive up to 4 kilometers from here. Yeah, I think so. All right, so that's set up. Let's see. I'll just connect these to the power and stuff real quickly here. I may as well. Let's get them all connected. We'll test out the theory, and then the missile themselves are fully connected. Yeah, and they should have enough rocket fuel at least to shoot to the target and explode, which is what we're hoping for now. Did I keep that at? I did. I'm going to keep that at 0. They should shoot away. I'll do a quick test here. They should shoot away because of the delay that I have in arming the warhead. All right, so we have that. Yeah, because I want to make these bigger, and I can make torpedoes. I know how to make torpedoes now. So what I want to do is I want to make like a destroyer that has a whole bunch of anti-air missiles and stuff on it. It should be pretty interesting. That'll be the next kind of big build. And then let's see, what's next? The launch missile launch. Just this one here. Yeah, now what I've seen is that other people put the radar on the missile and then they broadcast. But I think if we were doing like a GPS missile, if we were doing something long range, we would do that. And that way it'll actively track the target. But in this case, it doesn't necessarily need to actively track the target if it comes within 4 kilometers. We've got 4 missiles that'll, if any one of these strikes the object, it should explode. All right, so now let's go see if we can find something to lock onto. That was pretty much the last couple of things I wanted to take care of on this. The missile radar working. And the refueling. Right, so I have the altitude hold. It's really basic. The plane flies reasonably straight. So then when you turn the altitude hold on, it should do its best to keep the aircraft reasonably level. It's meant for bombing. Oh, it's still going up. I'll have to recalibrate it a little bit here. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's meant for bombing. So when you come down, maybe what I'll do is I'll make a sound. When there's a missile lock, it'll go beep, 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 beep. That way we know we have a missile lock and we can fire. That'd be cool. Yeah, so when you come down here and you're doing like a bombing run, and you want the aircraft to be steady, just turn on the altitude hold. It'll keep it reasonably flat. All right, let's see. There's a military base just over here. Let's see if I can shoot one of the helicopters. Speed up a little bit. Yeah, so I guess missiles were incredibly easy. I don't know why I didn't get that set up. But yeah, so now we can have 2 radars. We can have one radar, which is just from the missiles. And because it gives us the XY, I'll be able to make a special radar just for the missiles. Where are we going here? Is there... target. I think this is the military base right over here. Oh, I blew myself up with that one. Oh, something's wrong with the missiles. Something's wrong with the missiles here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so the bombing, you have to go the slowest speed to allow them to drop out. So obviously you're vulnerable. So now I need to see what's up with the I actually think I hooked that up wrong. I think I have to do the on-off from the other channel. Let's see here. Let's see what am I saying? What am I trying to say here? The on-off that comes from here. I'm not even reading. Did I even bother to connect it? Infra missile radar. No, I didn't even bother to connect it. Okay. So let's try this first. It says it's the immediate X. It's the immediate XY, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think. Infra missile radar. Yeah, and then it has to go. It'll have to go out to the. I'll need an output here. Composite. Output. Out to missile control. So then what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to read that on channel. There's 8 channels. So we can read that on just channel 1. No, what am I doing here? We need to read it first. We need to read the on-off signal. And we need to write it to channel 3. No, channel 1 and 3. There we go. And then we need to read this. We'll read this on channel 1. But this will be 8 channels. It'll be just like the other radar. So that's cool. So then we can have 2 separate radars set up. So yeah, so when we do the... let's save that. Let's update that. Let's drag the composite. This will go to... here. And then this one here... should go to there. There we go. And now when there's an active target, this should light up. All right, let's save that. It's the bomber. Yeah, and I won't make the destroyer big and wide like the tugboats. It's going to be narrow. Let's see here, if I just turn that on. Yeah, we'll make it go beep, 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 beep when it detects the target. I should see if I can actually launch the missiles. I should be able to launch the missiles. I think I've done that correctly. We'll put it into cruise mode. See what we can detect. We'll go back over to the military base. It flies. It flies decent. I like it anyways. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. It's a good little build. Right, and then I want to build a whole bunch of different caliber missiles and all that stuff. We'll go through that eventually. Here, where were we going here? Let's see. We were going to there. Well, I'll still have control. This is not working out very well. I don't know why the missile radar is not locking onto targets. Like it's broken now. Oh, and I was going way too fast there. Load the autosave. Keep forgetting you gotta slow down to launch. But this should let's see here. Yeah, so there went one missile. Oh yeah, they destroyed themselves. There it is there. Arm false. Output false. Alright, well, let's see what's going on with these missiles here. What is going on with these missiles here? I think that was this one over here. I see. Yeah, when it launches, what's the delay on 1 millisecond? So what if it doesn't impact? Maybe I should do it off of it launching. It should arm it, maybe. We could try that. Get rid of that. Let's try that. Oh, I also have to make sure that I have the ordnance, the right ordnance. These are radar guided missiles. So I need to make sure, yeah, this is radar guided missiles. All right, that's good, that's good, that's good. Oh, there we go. Look at that. They tried to come back. Oh, excellent. Now I have to figure out why The radar spins like that. Okay, I'm not understanding the missile radar correctly. See, all the ones I've seen, the missile radar is facing. I guess it doesn't. That doesn't make sense. So that should work now. That should work. So the only other way to test this will be, let's see, let's load a truck, which we're going to go over. I think have the nuclear to the Navy transport. We'll have to go over that too. Let's see here. I'll just drive the truck out, then I'm going to copy a single missile, and I'm going to see if we can systems, gear, start. Go a little further than that. Should be able to detect this little truck. All right. We should, in all honesty, I should just be able to spawn the plane in and blow the truck up from inside the plane. Let's see if we can do that. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, so should be able to just... If I turn the radar on... It says missile radar lock false. So let's try one thing. Let's try one thing. I wonder if I have to put the radar right that way. Because most of them that I've seen, the radar is on the face of the missile. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point in time. But it should be able to pick up that target, unless it's doing the same thing that the regular radar is doing, as you can see, and it's detecting. This plane has all 8 targets, and a couple of targets way away, but nothing here. Oh, did you see that? It did lock onto something. Oh, see, it has a lock. So what it has a lock on, I don't know. It could be that. But as you saw, it was locking onto a target. So it does work. So when it locks onto a target, it sends that XY to the missiles. Right. So now I think I understand what it needs to do. So then if we turn this into... If we cut that, we need to rotate it like that. If we paste it that way. And then we merge it with here. And then... So right now it's doing the same thing as the radar. It's moving in a circle. And every time it detects a target, it'll beep. So yeah, we basically need to design another radar just for this, because now we have 8 additional outputs just for this radar. Well, that's cool. And then what I can do with that, actually, that gives me a really good idea, because now with the HUD, I could put that radar on the HUD and make the HUD 2x2. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really slick, actually. Yeah, that radar can be semi-transparent on there. Oh, that'll be nice. All right, so that's... I guess that'll be coming up. That'll be coming up too. So if you want it to... Let's see if we can get it to detect. So I have to set it to sweep mode. Instead of clockwise, we have to set it to sweep mode. And we want to set the sweep limit to... maybe that. Let's see what that does. And then it'll move back and forth like that. And it should detect for us. What's it doing there? It's moving too much. I think it's detecting the truck. But let's turn the sweep limit down. Okay, we'll turn that like that. Yeah. Pretty sure it's detecting that truck. So then I don't think the missiles can actually make it out of the hangar. Yeah, anyway, so that works now. That's cool. So I guess the next thing will be, like I said, I'll just further... I'll work on these and go through the ballistics. And the next thing will be... well, let's update this on the workshop. City bomber. All right. I'll make it so we can refuel it in the air. Yeah, I just wanted to do that little missile upgrade there. And then I'll add heavier missiles. I think under the wings we can fit missiles here. We can fit missiles here. And that way it just has a nice arsenal. So that's what I'll be doing there. And then, like I say, I'm hoping... let's clean that vehicle up. Well, I guess I don't have... it doesn't matter. Let's see. Do I have to capture it here? Probably. We're in search and destroy, so that way I could get the... Where's the van? There it is right there. Just wait to capture it here. Can we get the front of this thing? All right, once we captured it, I'll take a look at the ship. Yeah, so that's what we got going on now. %. We got this going on. That's what I think with the types of radar and that a good coastal ship would be good, especially for this seek and destroy mode. We can have the gimbal cameras, which have superior range, and we can use radar with the missiles, and that'll give us a chance to just clear. Oh, cool. I was thinking we'll probably convert. Where is it? Here. This one here, I think, is going to make should make a decent patrol boat. It's pretty much ready to go. I'll upgrade the engine a little bit. What I was thinking actually is that I would put the reactor in it. Let's see here. Where's our reactor? It's the nuclear reactor. We don't want that one. That one melts down. There it is. Nuclear reactor. That we could fit that right in there. This is just a tank, and then in the engine room, something like that. Yeah, and then what I want to do is I want to have a hangar here, which is going to have some drones in it. We're going to have a couple of helicopter drones, which are going to have different types of ammunition in it. We're going to have a couple of guns here on the front. And these are going to be, this is going to be taller, and these will be missile bays. There'll be some missile bays here, and there's going to be some missile bays here. So yeah, so that's going to be sort of the next project. I want to convert this boat into a because we'll get rid of the fuel weight once we have the weight of the reactor. I don't know what it weighs. See what the reactor itself weighs. Yeah, 6,000 pounds. I want to send one of these to the moon too. But anyways, and then I'll set it up the same way with the pistons, a couple of steam pistons in that hull. That hull will just will rip, absolutely rip. So yeah, so that's going to be the next project in between all the projects, between that and the blue ship, only because now that I see we need to develop an additional type of radar for the missiles and an additional type of sonar for the torpedoes. So I feel like once I've coded those, that should pretty much be it for Stormworks technology. And then I can comfortably go back through my builds, add the radar, add the touch screens. I can add all the technology, and it's not going to change very much from here on out. Maybe a few lines of code might change, but that's about it. Yeah, and then, like I say, then we're pretty much moving off to the races. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribing. I know this is kind of a different video. I just wanted to do the missiles, get those working. They work now. It's been updated on the workshop. And yeah, I'll make different calibers, and I'll do torpedoes as well. And we'll figure out the radar. Yeah, so thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.